The following program is on the internet. If you can't handle vulgarity in the human body, you should probably tap out now. Now that all the serious shit is out of the way, we can start.
After walking away from internet radio, Dan Dice Narciso has decided to return to the interwebs. Not only is he bringing some familiar faces like the Sabals and two familiar voices like mine and Dustin Lucas's along, he knew that wasn't going to be enough. So he added some firepower by bringing in half of the Whiskey Brothers. Internationally toured stand-up comics Slade and Sam Damaris. To round out this table of deviants, Dice added cosplayer and actress Victoria Page, as well as Leonard McCurdy, an international award-winning burlesque clown, radio personality and stand-up Kiki Maroon, as well as Brian B.C. Carrion was also added not just for the stories but also for his musical ability. This table of hosts will be joined by the models to be painted to fill the next 12 hours. You'll also hear Dustin Lucas checking in every hour to make sure the pressure stays on and nobody loses track of time. Broadcasting live in the middle of the strip and costing Dan a small fortune, VDO and FWTS bring to you Painted Vegas.
Painted Vegas and Brian B.C. Carrion start right now.
Hello? You say that you want me, that you don't want no one but me. You say that you'll leave me, but that don't mean a thing to me, 'cause you don't call me. Why don't you call me anymore? Whoa, whoa. You say that you love me, that you couldn't love no one but me. You say that you'll leave me, yeah. But that don't make no sense to me, 'cause you don't call me. Why don't you call me? 'Cause girl, I need you oh so bad. It took me so long, but I finally figured it out. And I'm not sure how to let you know, 'cause it's so damn hard to get you on the phone. So call me, or send me a text or something, boo. That's all you gotta do. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. That's all you gotta do. Yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Why don't you call me? Why don't you call me? 'Cause girl, I need you oh so bad. It took me so long, but I finally figured it out. And I'm not sure how to let you know, 'cause it's so damn hard to get you on the phone. I need your body close to mine, so just let me know, baby. I'll be all yours tonight if you just call me. Why don't you call me? Baby, yeah.
All right, Painted Vegas, we are back live. Okay, good. I am working. You're done? No, that was a break. Okay, never mind. We're still going.
Whoa. Why don't you call me anymore, shawty? Are you finally getting over me? I hate to see our days I die. Cause you know that you're my favorite one. The way you tease me, you please me, it drives me insane. Cause girl, you're always on my brain. Oh, jazz. Okay, now it's done.
Brian BC Carrion at WhoIsBC on all the social media, whoisbc.com. An incredible table and room full of people. Lots of sandwiches at this point, none of them tiny. At Drunken Disorder with a mouthful of food. At Kiki Maroon sitting over there. We're surrounded by, turn your mic on, beautiful models who are being taped up, painted, hanging out. I got the Filipino to my left, Knuckles. Come on, Tony. Damn it, get in here. Leonard in the booth. Dice, I think the first set of paint just came out. We're now moving past your crotch tape. Get your crotch tape. There you go.
We all love her crotch tape. It's a bad problem.
I know.
Well, I asked, I go, is it really thin material or is it just too much heat? She goes, it's a little bit of both. All right.
Both, yeah. Both.
You know. And the very lovely at Victoria, I'm now adding everyone. Victoria Page.
Well, she is on some.
Ooh, it's hot down there. Can I fuck it?
It's so beautiful.
Yes.
That's
Coming in hot, man. Back from the break.
we are now venturing into hour 5 of Painted Vegas. We still have so many hours to go. This is it's only noon right now. 8 hours before we're finally wrapped up and attacking Vegas with all of our remaining energy.
Well, that's why Tony's saving it all for later.
I'm telling you, man. It's
He's gonna be the most excited one.
I haven't had any coffee.
You
haven't had any coffee.
Well, see, Tony's used to his other radio shows where it just turns into, all right, we're going to go fisting. Like, that's every punchline. So literally,
That's
he's had no
where,
setup for a fisting joke. Don't raise mine.
Oh, there have been opportunities.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be rude. After Mr. Can We Fuck It?
Really, tell me where.
That's inappropriate to bring that up, on the first date,
His promo picture for the other company is him in a rubber glove.
Gentlemen.
This is what I love about Las Vegas. You've got more rings and bracelets on. So all of this fisting conversation just looks awkward.
I didn't even notice that.
Let me put this gauntlet up there. It's.
Don't worry about.
I lost a few somehow.
I don't want to get fisted by Hellboy.
I cannot wait to see how some of this turns out. You're going to paint over the course of the next 8 hours. We have a total of 10 models that are going to be done.
7 more?
You have got 7 more. If these three,
I don't know. BC's been on math accounting all weekend to just double check.
You haven't painted them all. You have got goosebumps. How cold are you right now? Like you look like you're
very
freezing.
Cold in here.
But you have a pretty robe.
I'm not.
Brandy
very
is
thin.
Brandy's freezing. You're being painted right now, which is okay.
I'm not that cold.
All right. This is and then Darla Teasing Cox is shoving sandwiches in her mouth. I'm gonna try and
Challenge.
Chicken sandwich. She's really teasing them cocks.
I'm trying to snack here, and I know you want to get to your sandwich, Victoria, but I feel like we neglected you at the end of that hour. We ran out of time. You're an actress, and you have what have you been in any like? Have you accidentally shown up in anything we might know, even like on a weird
Piranha 3D.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was my
movie.
first big. Do you? You'll find me in like 5 different places.
No joke.
I went and worked on that for like 2.5 weeks. Alex Aja, the director, the movie that he did, High Tension, a French film, I was just in love with. I love horror films. And I found out that he was going to be directing a movie in Havasu, Piranha 3D. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to be a part of that. I have to work with him, like whatever. I really need to be there. So I went with a group of girls, and we ended up going and spending the whole 2 weeks there. There were 300 extras, and by the time I left, there were like 15. So it was so much fun. I got to work with Greg Nicotero. Got to go into his like trailer and see Jerry O'Connell's half body sitting there, and got to sit there while when they did the motorboat scene. I'm on the boat just right in front of him. I saw all the nip slips and everything that happened.
Oh, an actual motorboat.
It was so funny.
That's
no, they're on a boat, and then Jerry O'Connell, his character comes out, and he's like, "Oh, you should motorboat." So everyone's like, "Motorboat." So then they motorboat each other. The
Nice.
girls do, yeah.
Well,
It's
I have not watched Piranha 3D though, and do know of the movie, and I want to.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
I don't. Sam and I talk.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, it is super ridiculous.
I don't do horror movies at all, so I just I know. I feel like this is not going to work out now.
I've seen them all.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't do horror and I don't do sad movies. It's just two emotions I don't give a shit
Yeah.
about. And
I don't really care for like dramatic, like sad movies. I don't like to cry at a movie.
yeah, there were like you see the what was it? I went and saw probably the last time I went and saw a sad movie. Period. I was with my ex. This was a million years ago, and there was a movie with Keanu Reeves and his wife had cancer or something. And
The Matrix.
no,
The Fountain. Yeah, that's not
What's
Keanu Reeves, but The Fountain. I know
the
exactly
fountain,
what
the
you're
fountain
talking
was,
about.
No, the fountain was with Wolverine.
Yeah.
Hugh
Hugh
Jackman.
Jackman.
Switch on. Flip your switch on. Hugh Jackman was in that, but this was I forget what it was. It was like Sweet November or something. I can't remember the name of it, and it was so. Cancer was the protagonist in that movie. You were like on Team Cancer. You're like whatever kills these people faster.
Oh, no.
I was so not a fan. It just it was so sad.
I don't watch sad or scary movies. I feel like I'm already scared like all the time of like being raped and murdered. Like life scares me.
yeah.
So I don't see that. I don't want to go and sit in a theater and just like no, like that's me walking home from my car. I don't need that. I'm not going to pay someone for that.
See, most of the time,
No, go ahead.
most of the time, the scary movies aren't really terrifying. It's just like a fun jump. I don't know. And like the gore is so out there. You're like, there's, yeah, okay, that would really happen. But it's just really fun to watch.
I can't.
I don't know.
No, but like you guys last night were watching The Walking Dead. You were curled up with your pillow and you were very.
yeah.
It was.
That was a bit suspenseful.
It was absolutely adorable, but I just don't get there. I tried, and I was like, why are people's heads just being smashed all over the place?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
If I want to be that afraid on a regular basis, I'll get back in a relationship. Like it's.
I'm too empathetic. Like I put myself, even if it's like I said, ridiculous, gory, that it can't happen. I put myself in seeing that happen really, and I'm like, oh, and then I start freaking out. I can't do it.
See, I act in horror films too, and those are like my favorite. Because of like the physical acting.
That would
and
fuck with
like
my head.
So fun.
You get like made up with all the like you have the.
Yeah, with the like face scarring and stuff like that. Yeah.
I would never act in a horror film because I'd like to be in one for more than 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you totally go first.
Yeah.
You're absolutely. I'm gonna go upstairs and then
Bring it, bitch. Let's go.
I got this.
Machete my dick.
Can you fuck it?
yeah,
That would be how I died in a horror movie. Be like, yo, Jason, give me that ass, player.
right. It's you or the blonde girl first. Like it's a guaranteed. You two are gone.
Me banging the blonde girl.
Oh, there you go.
You have sex in
Double.
a horror movie.
Every time someone has sex in a horror movie, you're dead.
You're dead.
That's just science. We laughingly. Sam and I wrote I don't want to give out the name.
No.
But we wrote a
really wacky spoof horror movie.
It's
everybody's black.
it's everyone's black, so they all anyway. I want to talk about it, but I can't.
No.
I want to see this. I'm curious.
I have to tell you guys off the air the name of and why.
See, once you
it's
put it
pretty
out
fucked
into the
up.
universe, it goes away forever.
Yeah.
Once we put the name out there, someone will steal it.
They may
Oh,
make
it hasn't been made
it'll
yet?
get made-
No.
it'll
Oh,
get
yeah,
made
don't
next
say
year.
anything about it.
They may the scripture, but they may make an entirely different film. But the name is so good.
Yeah, they'll take the name.
Anyway, that's enough cock teasing, I think. Just tell us to move on, faggot. Like
Right here, teasing Scots.
So you were you said it pocket-sized 20.
Pocket-sized 21.
21.
What does the 21 stand for?
That's my
Means
favorite
there were
number.
20 other pocket-sized when she got on Instagram.
I was like, come on.
What? No.
Like,
So,
it's 23, right?
In the introduction earlier, they said that you're a cosplayer too.
Yeah, I
Is
do
that something
cosplay.
that you do often, or do you do like professional modeling at conventions, or just something that you really love doing?
All of the above. I started in 2009 at the Tucson Comic-Con. Helping the guy who runs it, his name's Mike Olivares. It's his convention, and I was like, hey, I act, I model, let me help you with promotion. So my tagline was "Real Chicks Read Comics."
I like it.
Thank you. So I did all these little like posters and little teeny YouTube things that like nobody saw, but the only people who saw them were the guests at the shows. So when I walked in, they're like, "Oh, Victoria," and I was like, "Oh." hi. So then I
Your
started.
taste of fame.
It was awesome. I was like, so like, how do you know who I am?
You're a comic book fan.
Yeah.
You mentioned J. Scott Campbell earlier, and I was just like, oh my God, someone else knows comic book artists. Like, this is just such.
Gosh.
Yeah. He was,
Yeah, I really love the artists a lot.
When did you get into, like, I'm always trying to figure out people's eras.
It was a boyfriend, but I'm very grateful for that because I'm like, well, this is your interest. What?
Right.
Let me look into it, and then I, of course, fell
What
in
was
love
the
with it.
era like that you sort of came in?
I started reading, what was it, NYX, and then, like I said, I really liked X-23, so I'd read like anything that I could find her in. Preacher, Fables, and like Why the Last Man. So I really like a lot of those. I got to work with Mark Millar, who wrote Hit Girl, or who wrote Kick-Ass, and we created a grown-up Hit Girl together.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah, it was so exciting. We actually, Modified Minds is a designer that I work with, and we were talking with Mark, and I was emailing him on my birthday. Like, okay, we're going to finish this for San Diego, and I can debut it, on the floor and everything. And it was so much fun. I had, like, the throwing knives, I had everything.
How cool is that?
It was a dream come true. It was pretty cool, yeah.
Nice. And your favorite artist now? Who do you dig?
I really like Chris Pachalo a lot, and I have to throw a shout out to Eric Basaldua because he's probably got the best line work of anybody I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you got to turn your microphone on.
And then talking to the whole.
Dane LaCroix.
I was going to say, I'm amazed that Victoria's not plugging every comic book artist she works for at these cons.
Well, it's
okay. So
like,
because
aren't you working
I've been
for 3 this weekend?
Because I've been working now for 7 years at the Comic Con. A lot of really good close friends of mine are artists. So like with J. Scott Campbell, one of my best friends is Nia Rufino, who's his colorist. And then Don Mateague is someone that I work with often, Eric Basaldua, Ebas.
There's so many.
There's just so many, but they're so good.
So fantastic.
But it's a weird, somewhere in there, that's what I wanted to do. When I was in high school, and I was going to be a comic book artist, and that's why I ignored my teachers and drew on my book covers, and that was my dream. And as dreams tend to go, you graduate high school, life happens. I got into radio, which was like a secondary thing, and
now you're stuck traveling the world telling jokes. How sad!
I know it's a horrible story. But it was this thing that I kind of left alone for forever, like 15 years. I didn't touch a pencil. I didn't play around at all. And then I ran into a friend of mine was an inker for some Marvel stuff, and he had worked with Murat Michaels down the line.
Yeah, I know Murat.
Okay, so my buddy Mustafa was he's a huge fan. He was a Whiskey Brothers fan, and he shows up at a live show we're doing, and he's got this print of Deadpool core, and it's Murat had done it, but he did all the inks on it. So he brings this out to me, and I was like, man, this is incredible. We ended up chatting, and he was like, dude, he goes, we should do a collaboration. He goes, you draw something. He goes, I'll ink it, and then I'll get my colorist buddy to do it. And we did this Batman versus Deadpool thing.
Oh,
it was the
that's
first thing
amazing.
I'd drawn. It was the first thing I'd drawn in like forever. And I'll find a picture of it here in a minute.
Oh yeah, please. I want to see that.
But
That's so
it, to me, like I totally nerd out. Like my entire Instagram is Jim Lee and all of the old Image Comics
Jim Lee is
guys
amazing.
that when they split off, Todd McFarlane and Greg Capullo and all of the, I'm so in love with what he's doing, with what those guys are doing with Batman now. And they were all these Marvel comic artists that ventured off, did their own thing, and then somehow worked their way back over to DC. And it's interesting to me that the guys who used to draw X-Men are now drawing Batman, or the guys that use
it's really a big, huge family.
It is.
Like,
it is.
And we all go to the conventions together all over the world or the United States or wherever you're going that year or those months. And you just start consistently seeing the same people over and over and over. And the same with the fans and supporters, too. They'll fly to a show, to see who they support, which is beautiful. That's really amazing. And it really is what keeps everyone going.
I performed as Trinity from The Matrix at the Baycon.
In your burlesque?
Yeah,
That's
I did.
cool.
Oh, nice.
I have that on YouTube. I have a video of it on YouTube. But yeah, in San Diego, I met at Comic-Con by chance a new artist, Dean LaCroix, but he also goes by Dr. Peepers. And he's got a magazine out now, too, which I'm featured in. So
very cool.
Yeah, and the photographer that's got the magazine is Alan Freeman, so out of LA, just in case. If you get a chance, check out Dean LaCroix or Dr. Peepers.
Okay, yeah, I will
I
for
think
sure.
I think you'll dig it. And I also ended up getting in with the San Diego Steampunk because of him. So yeah,
it's interesting to me. I've learned this over the last, because we've slowly started with what we're doing with the Whiskey Brothers. We've kind of one of the members, Rob Mungle, who's not here, is an incredibly accomplished voiceover actor.
Sorry, Rob.
His IMDb is
hundreds of
it's insane.
Everything from Lady Death to
Evangelion.
Kami Got Killed. He does all these.
Wow.
And here's the thing: he doesn't know anything
Jack
he's in.
shit
he
about
did
anime.
when they redid
Nothing.
Space Captain Harlock. He's one of the principals. Like so, all of these things are coming out, and I'm like, holy shit, that's Rob. And he's like, I couldn't tell you. He goes, I recognize my voice.
He reads a script,
He goes,
and he's
I
like,
walk
yeah, I
in,
got
I
it.
go, fire the missiles now, and I leave, and they write me a check.
Yeah, that's
but
crazy.
I say all that. It's interesting that as we've started to approach these cons, there's a lot of we host some panels and we do some stand up, and live podcasts, but the amount of people that sort of cross over. We've had I brought it up earlier. Burton C. Bell from Fear Factory is this incredible metal vocalist that I've listened to since the '90s, and he's working on this. He's trying to write this sci-fi novel, and he's working on some graphic novel stuff. And I guess creative people are creative people.
Yeah,
exactly.
You want to be around other creative people.
It's like BC and I. It's you're a musician. You're a musician at your core, but on the same note, you're this amazing videographer.
I'm not amazing yet. I mean, I take videos.
Close.
But it has been from me hanging around videographer friends and saying, "Oh, I love your craft. Let me learn some of this and attempt it on my own."
There's just cross-pollinating, and it's just
they're just different instruments.
Everybody helps grow, and it's really cool to be a part of.
Yeah, exactly. They say you're the sum of the closest 5 people that you can.
That is the truth.
Don't tell
In fact,
me. I always ignore that.
Let's take this to the next level.
It is so true.
Let's take this to the next level, though. I think, in fact, you're a reflection of the top 5 people you hang around.
I'll give you that.
I would
Find
say
your
that too,
personality in all of them. And if you are broke and negative all the time, look around the people, and they're probably gonna be broke and negative. You got to get the fuck out.
I in a couple of times that I've been on tour with. I toured Christopher Titus and Ralphie May are the two I cite.
Christopher Titus.
These brilliantly amazing, Titus in particular, who he taught me to write stories, and this was a guy who, when I watched, before I ever did stand-up, taking these incredibly dark concepts, his mother's suicide and these other things, he's talking about them on stage in a stand-up capacity. And for me, I had never really ventured out of that box. You write dick jokes because you're a comic and that's how life works. And when Chris and I became friends, he started dating a really good friend of mine, and I'd known her. They're now married. And when he first said he was gonna, when she first told me they were gonna go out, I was like, no. This dude is like all these stories I heard. You just hear all these horrible. You're like, no, you're not allowed to date him. She goes, come up and meet him and hang out. And I drive up to Shreveport, and we end up hanging out for the weekend, and we bond over who's a bigger Prince fan. Like, it's this amazing. We just hit it off. And I had just gone through a breakup with my ex. It was like 7.5 years. I was in this horribly, dramatically violent, crazy train wreck relationship. And Chris, we had me and her had broken up in August. And in November, he goes, hey, man, if I can get Comedy Central to fly you out, will you open for the taping of, it was the 5th annual End of the World Tour. It was his second special. And he goes, will you open? And I was like, yeah. And he waits about a month, and he goes, so here's the caveat. I go, what? He goes, you're only allowed to talk about that relationship in your set. And I was like, dude, shut up. Like, I don't even want to talk about it with you right now, much less in front of a room full of strangers.
That's good, though.
And he forced me out of the box, and he forced me into this place where I was having to talk about this really dark, negative, crazy point in my life in front of strangers in a way that I had to make it funny. And he pulled it out of me. We would email back and forth, and he'd go, man, try it from this angle, do this. And was it my best 15 minutes I'd ever done at the time? No. Did it turn into this incredible 30-minute chunk of material down the line? Yes, and it's Sam could probably vouch for me in regards to Titus on the same note. The dude he knows how to pull that out of you, and artistically, we need people to shake us awake. When you're hanging around a bunch, I always talk about this with open mic comics, where you're like, if you're just hanging around open mic comics, there's no one there to tell you what you're doing
your
right or
shit
wrong.
together,
You're just jerking each other off, and it's a very
or how to grow and
right.
Yeah.
So
no one learns karate from another kid who wants to learn karate.
Right, that's Step Brothers. I know kung fu. But when you're around people that are so much better than you, it was as an author when I started writing. I went from I was this MySpace blogger that took himself so seriously, and I would chart, but I would write with gonna and wanna, like real casual vernacular. And when I started writing for this site called The Nervous Breakdown at the time, everyone on the site was a published author except for me. So I was just amongst these great writers, and I was kind of coming in. I learned more in those probably 3 years than I knew from far back in the past. And that's how my book got written. Like that's now published after the first of the year, and I'm just in this being around greater people than you generally allows you.
Gives you like an extra degree
Burlesque
of
is a
motivation.
great example.
And sometimes you just have to see it done in front of you in person, like physically how they manipulated the environment around them or how their brain started to think or work out the problem, and then you understand it.
Because it seems almost impossible. Like, how can they do this? They've achieved all this greatness. It's so fantastic. And then
Definitely.
you spend time with them, and you're like, well, I can.
Yeah.
You're no
do that
different.
too.
Yes.
I cannot tell you. So doing the burlesque thing, like I am now, I've been producing for so many years, and I now work with all these girls that are just starting, and I'm training them and getting them up to, and I cannot tell you how many times I have quoted Slade or our friend Outlaw Dave or Tim Ferriss, which is a weird one to throw in there. But, when you're talking to them about burlesquing and stripping and all that stuff, these things are core concepts and fundamental things that translate across anything.
Yes.
It comes down to, being a strong person, owning up to your shit, all of that stuff. No matter what your medium is, those things are the same.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm very grateful for the people I'm around.
And if I might, just real quick, as a shameless plug for some of the local burlesque here in Vegas that have given me opportunities, I'd like to just give a shout out if you get a chance. Nerd Last Night, ran by Penny Piper. We've got Burlesque Roulette and Burly Q, ran by Miranda Glamour. And we have JP Nomi Malone just started a new show, Men of Burlesque. So
that's awesome.
very vibrant.
I'd love to try something like that.
So
Yeah,
if
we
you
should
get a
set up a
chance,
class
and
and
then,
all do burlesque.
And then when I come in, I come to Vegas. I'm lucky enough that I was able to make some really good friends here. Lunatic is one of the performers, and James Burns, and now we all work together as a troupe, and Doug Osborne as well has joined our troupe. But we go by the Tick family, and there's a video online as well.
Well, when I did the comic strip show with you, remember we came up with it way too late, and I was like, I was gonna go out and do one for Beyonce.
One of my shows this last summer was Kiki Maroon's comic strip, and it was half nerdlesque, comic themed burlesque stuff, and half stand up comedy. Sam was one of our wonderful comics, and we had to kill setting up my cotton candy machine. We had to kill about 7 minutes in between, that, and so he wanted to come out and do his strip, but none of the girls are going to let go of their props for
showing off that sexy underball.
What a fantastic idea, though. I love that.
I was like, I could do Beyonce, or I could do Proud Mary by Tina
should
Turner.
do a show.
Proud Mary would be so fantastic. So good.
Flip your hair back and forth.
Our careers are young, honey.
Oh, I know. We have so much time to
This
work
shit
on
is
that.
happening.
So much time.
Hey, believe that dance is in it with some Metallica, though.
Oh, fuck.
I'll edit some music for you. We'll do a transition.
Well, like I just did
last night on Fremont.
Oh my God!
Being
Yeah, I have
just
video of that.
Just bust out in the middle of the goddamn street.
Oh my God, it's so good.
We were on our way to Fremont, and in the cab, I just looked at them. I was like, just so y'all know, when we get on the street, I'm about to act ass tonight.
He's like, I'm not even getting drunk. I'm just gonna be a fool.
They were like, I thought we weren't drinking because we've got an 8 a.m. thing. I was like, oh no, I'm not getting drunk, but we're gonna have some motherfucking fun.
Right, it's Vegas.
Vegas is one of those cities, because like we were talking earlier, like when I always fuck with Uber drivers and shit like that. Vegas is one of those cities where I know you're not gonna see me again, and it's just.
Yep. And everybody's
If I want to run around
so-
and dance like a fucking idiot, badly or not, I can do it. And I used to be. Now I'm moving to LA, but I used to be that way every time I went to LA. Every time I went to LA, of like we said we were gonna hit Hollywood Boulevard or whatever, up and down the street, just walk up to random people, just start fucking with them.
Best way to
You know
be,
what I mean?
though.
Yeah,
Have
like
you
that's
tried the
he's
heart
like when he's in
attack
LA,
grill?
but he does this everywhere.
Have you tried the Heart Attack Grill on Fremont?
I'm not.
Oh my gosh, it's the best. If you weigh over 350 pounds, first of all, you weigh yourself before you go in. And you can literally die from eating this food all the time. They have a burger that's eight. It's like 8 burgers and 40 pieces of bacon.
I disagree with this existing.
If you do not eat all your food, you get your ass spanked. You have to hold this thing, and you get
I
all
left a French
spanked
fry.
with a freaking wooden paddle by the nurse or the doctor that waits on you.
Is it a heart attack grill? Or?
Yeah, my ass is on YouTube getting whacked,
So-
and it's good.
When I was telling you about how I love to just go around and fuck with people, whatever. A couple of months ago, we had on our podcast, it was the mascot for the Houston Rockets, Clutch the Bear. He retired or whatever, and that was one of the things we talked about. I was like, there's so much silly shit that I want to do. And do you know how much power that anonymity would give me? Like, I would love to be a mascot. Once you put that on in the head or whatever, it's not you, and you just get to run around. Anything that pops in your fucking mind, just do it.
I think Kiki will agree. That's how I feel when I'm playing any kind of a clown character. I
Yeah.
love it. I'm just like,
I always tell people I get
don't know
paid
why,
to
but
fuck with people,
it's
and
so
it
much
is the
fun.
best.
But again,
It's
it's
the
the
best.
freedom of
And it's
it's
never
the freedom
malicious
of
or
getting
mean.
into
No,
a
it's
character.
just fun. But you
Yeah, it
walk
is. It
over
really
and
is.
and I have my like balloon pumps, and I'll just go up to random people and you start like
my
waving
God,
it like a
how
dick
fun.
in their face. But because I'm a clown, it's okay. Put it in your mouth, and it's the best. I used to walk up, just take people's drinks, and that's my clown trick. I just steal your drinks, and it was so much fun.
I get a little bit of that on stage as a comic, because like when they come in, they expected a comedy
Yeah.
show, and I do get a little bit of that. But there are still things for my brand that I'm like, hey man, if this goes wrong, I don't want to not get booked back or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I come out, like, I envy all team mascots, because it's like, oh, Sam Damaris would never do that, but Clutch the Bear will totally air up you. Like, I just anytime.
Have you ever gotten to be a mascot?
Huh?
Have you ever gotten to do it? To be a mascot?
No, I wanted to.
You
in
go
high
to a
school.
furry
Oh,
convention.
hey, you could work right now for the Nashville Predators.
Boom, 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 boom. We'll be here for 7 more hours, people. 7 more hours.
Oh my god.
This is too
I think
much
this is
fun.
where furries come from. Because I don't think it's the animal thing they're into. I think it's the being anonymous that they're into.
So when we had the Rockets mascot on the podcast, of course, us being the fuckheads we are, the first thing we do is we go, "Did you ever fuck in the costume?" And he was like, "No." He goes, the girl. Sometimes girls would be like, "Hey, keep the bear head on," and he was like, and I didn't want to do that. I was like, "Oh, again, I would totally do it."
Absolutely, you would. Just keep
Sam
your head on.
Damaris did not put those claw marks down your back. Clutch the Bear did, bitch. I'm a bear.
Bitch, I'm a bear.
Hey, that's a great mascot outfit. Can I fuck it?
Let's go.
Same.
Fuck me like dead mouse. Fuck me like.
What was that, Bad Santa? Fuck me, Santa. Fuck me, Santa. Fuck me, Santa. Fuck me, Santa.
Exactly.
That's what the headboard sounds like.
Dead Mouse's headboard.
Yeah.
Why is there a lighting director?
And then when he gets off, it just goes wah 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 wah. As he takes off his pants.
Like, I like how he broke the mic stand and saved it just to do that very quietly, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't too obnoxious. Just, oh, yeah, by the way, I fixed it.
Subtle. We
Like, I'm literally signaling, going, fix the mic stand.
Yeah, no. It's casual slide. We got. There's so many moving parts. You have to understand. For those of you that are seeing this in little elements, as it airs live, Leonard is back there doing this amazing job of sort of handling the digital circus, and I have to deal with the audio circus. And there's so many moving parts to a thing like this, where you see one face on the video talking, and then you realize shit, there's like so many people in here and different things going on, and. It's the mic stand sliding down is just one of them, I guess. Tony, keep it down a notch.
Yes, I will.
All right, perfect.
The coolest thing about this is that there is so many of us that like, if you didn't have the video, you don't even know. Kiki's not here right now. Like, I was gonna go smoke a cigarette earlier. Like, I'm like, you can go because you know.
The only time they knew people weren't here was when I had to take a phone call and everybody else had already left. BC, play another one. Fuck it.
That's but we are surrounded by beautiful women who are being painted also beautifully. It's lots of gold happening over here. You've got, I know, right?
You had to make the Austin Powers reference, didn't you? Now look at you, you're a gold boomer.
Yeah.
It's she's being painted in gold. I don't know. Brandy, I don't know what color you're going to end up, but you've got some diagonal stripes happening right now. Victoria has shifted back over away from her seat, but no, you don't have to come back. You're doing the social media for Painted Vegas right now. So if at Painted Vegas, I guess on Instagram, you can kind of see some of the behind the scenes photos. And a new face has walked into the room with
pentagram earrings.
Pentagram earrings and the pink hair. And we're gonna put you
we're
on.
saving her for last round.
We're gonna put you on a microphone soon, love. What is her name?
That is Kim.
Kim.
That's our model coordinator.
Okay. Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Kim.
So we're saving her for last because we can all take a break during those 3 hours.
I love the juxtaposition of the flowers on the head and the pentagrams on the ears. Like, it's just
good and bad at the same. It's a very angels and demons
Aren't
sort
we
of thing.
all?
I've got it. I love it. You're my favorite. Sorry.
Everyone's Sam's favorite when they're here. Like, can I plug it? All right.
Sounds like something Beetlejuice would say.
No. Kiki, all right, Kiki's all right.
I literally didn't even want to reach for the mic. I'm like, no, he's not helping her on this one. He's just gonna let it go. Yep, there it is.
They're not all winners. They're just not. Sometimes
12
Sometimes
hours,
we let you win
people.
long enough.
Sometimes the ball hits the backdrop, and that's really the
Jokes aren't like millennials. They're not all winners.
Give her joke a trophy. Give that joke a trophy.
Who's a special joke you are?
Oh, honey,
You're
you
a
tried.
special joke.
All jokes are important. That's
Look at you with your skinny joke.
why are you joke shaming? Why are you joke shaming? We have got 7.5 hours remaining to Painted Vegas. We have there's so many topics that we're going to talk about. You have played one of my favorite
I didn't know
songs.
you were talking to me. What'd you say?
Go ahead, Chaos. Go ahead. Oh, you're turning it off. All right. You played Amazing earlier?
Fascinating?
Fascinating.
Yeah.
What did I say? Amazing.
Yeah.
That song to me is so fucking awesome. To quote it, weren't we going to do a thing where we put you at the top of an escalator giving free high fives to people with a sign that said you're so fucking awesome?
Yes, we were. You know what? I wound up.
That's on YouTube.
No, I wish.
Of him doing it?
No, there's somebody else.
Someone did. Yeah, and it was the same kind of thing, but it was just going out.
Maybe
and
it was at the escalator. He's got I wanted him to have a sign that had the "You're so fucking awesome" and randomly letting strangers know how fucking awesome
right, and
they
maybe
were.
like giving them hugs and high fives. I think it has been done. It was supposed to.
Maybe the high five has been done, but
There was one
People
dude
do
who was-
free hugs.
he
He did that
said-
shit driving down the street.
He
the
said
other
like
day.
a high five brightens everybody's day, and I think it was the subway in New York where his buddy was at the bottom with a sign that said, "Rob wants to give you a high five," and then when you rode the escalator to this top, this guy was standing there with his hand up, and he had a sign on himself that said, "Hi, my name is Rob."
That's
and he just held his
cute.
hand in the air.
That's
and,
great.
And it's just, you see, it's New York City morning commute. You see people just running around being dick New Yorkers, and they see the sign at the bottom, then they get to the top, and everybody just lights up smiling.
It's so easy. Quickly, you can change someone's day.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck yeah.
With just a little bit of positive encouragement. In fact, the other night, I was smoking this joint, and I met this girl on the street, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm working." I'm like, "What do you mean working?" She said, "I'm a lady of the night." And
I was gonna say, you better not leave out the good details of the story.
no, well, there's a good detail because
we lost you for 38 minutes, and we needed to know why.
You know, I'm not much on paying for sex, but
long story short, his joint has syphilis.
Oh no.
Too long, didn't read. Don't put your lips on that.
She looked at him and said, "Nice joint. Can I fuck it?" Thank you.
They'll be funnier than us, Darla.
Right.
But,
So, anyway,
hanging out with her, smoking, I was like, "Look, we're not fucking tonight, but I'll give you a hug right now." And I held on to her, and she hugged me back, and then she held tighter. She's like, "Thank you," like, because the affection that she gets is like, "Here's
False.
$50 or $400, and then it's false.
I was gonna say, let's not undersell.
I'd be an accountant right now.
Right? Won't you shut up and
hugger
kiss
too
on the
much.
mouth?
No.
You'll
Hey,
feel
you
more
ever hear that
love.
expression, one thing led to another? This is what's happening right now. Come on. Come on. Hit the joint, huggy hug. Hey, rub and tug.
Next thing you know, free.
Free mustache right.
I feel like we should not have to wait for another 22 minutes to hear that song. Let's just.
Can you turn me on over there?
Yeah, let's make this happen,
let's
Leonard.
get right into it. It's such a good song.
Hey, Leonard. We're going to turn on the music rig. We're totally extra bonus song here because it.
You guys don't know why the hell that reference is so funny.
Free mustache rides are a possibility on the streets of Vegas and a reality when BC has his guitar. This is part of the
Mr. Slade. Excuse me, Mr. Slade.
Yes.
Why are you trying to kill me?
You know what? You look
know what I
bored.
would find disheartening is somebody that doesn't have a mustache.
You look totally bored
What did
back
they
there.
do?
My brother over here doesn't talk to me no more.
You just pretend.
Did you turn them up yet?
You know what I meant when I said mustache right.
Be like, want to go to the Poconos?
The Poconos.
All right, perfect.
There we go.
This is from the Bobby Clementine era VC. Brian Carrion.
My guitar is on, yeah?
Yes.
Free mustache fries for every single lady here tonight. Just spread your legs and open wide for some free mustache rides. Sing a verse, same as a verse. Free mustache rides for every single lady here tonight. Just spread your legs and open wide for some free mustache rides.
That's the whole song.
Fantastic.
It's not exactly Bohemian Rhapsody, but it is.
But the funny thing is, between me and BC, anytime we hang out, at some point, I will randomly pull that bitch out of the sky. And it's always at the right moment. It's always at the right moment. Because somehow we're always talking about some stupid and immature and then free mustache rides.
It does make me laugh hysterically.
Cheeks hurt.
Second verse, same as the first.
Third verse, same as the first two.
It just gets faster and faster and faster.
Yeah. I gotta work on that version.
That's right.
Fifth verse.
That sniff can have multiple meanings.
Right. Sixth verse. Let me tell you about my business plan from right fucking here. Hey, we should do this. We should start a website. That's what I think we should do.
Anyway,
Get out of the bathroom.
Sir, how are you going to make any money on free mustache rides? You're going to have to charge. That's the business plan.
$1 mustache rides.
That's why I wrote the song. Royalty, son. Free mustache rides. The mustache rides are free, but the royalties pay forever. Beat this one, Batman.
I think that's one of the... Oh my God.
You turned into a 20s villain.
That's how that song is supposed to be. Yeah. It's like,
Man, we're going to knock that bank off in a little while as soon as those coppers leave the corner.
that song is one of those instances where you try to create the reality around you by kind of writing about it. Maybe this will work.
But the song needs to be longer if you expect someone to actually sit on your face. You give them 45 seconds to make a decision here. I feel like that's a thing you got to think through for a minute.
No, because when the actual ride is more like... you can't hear it.
Go faster.
Yes, and when you hum, it vibrates, ladies.
But not at first.
That's why it's called a hummer. And yeah, he's right. The song's got to be longer because unlike us, they don't come quick.
Hey, that all depends on how long it's been. You can imagine. Girls
Same
have
here,
to get
actually.
the easy one out of the way once in a while, too.
Yeah.
No,
Look,
I disagree with that greatly.
Based on my
Sometimes.
extensive field research,
Do you have a
Let me tell you something. I'll finish that for you. Every woman is different.
Yes.
I have
some incredibly quickly.
I have an ex-girlfriend who it was like, hey, I gotta go to work. Bang, bang, bang. Thanks, bye. And she's out the door. And
Yeah.
I'm like, but I didn't. She's like, I gotta go to work.
She's like,
I gotta bang it out.
Right. She's like, I got my 4. Peace out, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
And then some girls,
Yeah.
I've been down here for a week, and I know what I'm doing.
You're like,
broken.
Lockjaw, whiskey,
You're
dick,
broken.
carpal tunnel. You've outlasted all 3. You've outlasted all 3.
I've actually got carpal Tonguel syndrome right now. This is
Everything on my body is numb, and you're like, you were almost there. Yeah,
You've been
you
saying
know
that
what?
for 25
you were
minutes.
almost my girlfriend. You really were. I don't like. If I wanted to feel like this much of a failure, I would call my mother.
hello. I'm still a comic. Oh my god.
I'm a comedian. I've been one for 15 years. People ask my mom, "What's your son do?" She's like, "He sells drugs to children."
You're such a disappointment, Sam.
Oh, she'll never use the D word, but she just, when are you gonna go back to college?
Yeah.
Mom, I've flown to 17 different countries. Yeah, but how long do you think that's gonna last?
You know,
I've been funny since I was 5. You made the sense of humor. You realize that, right?
It's funny. Our very good friend of ours, and he was on the podcast previously, Matthew Brassard, and he's going to Europe with us in December.
Yes.
Matthew is one of these enigma comics. He's this fantastic one. He's chiseled. He's amazingly
So hot is what he's going to say.
Handsome, yeah.
So hot.
Yeah.
You remember?
Little bit of homo. It's like
you
full
remember
blown.
the Zoolander where every time they talked about Hansel, it was like, he's so hot right now. That's Matthew fucking Broussard.
He's
so handsome.
He's this guy. He's a swimmer. He's built like a V. Anyway.
Male model
He has
comic.
but comedically, he's had so much success in probably the last 2 years. He did Adam Levine's House Party on Comedy Central. He
The
was on the
Oddball
Guy
Festival.
Code on MTV2. He did the Oddball Festival as like a featured performer, and then his CD just came out on Comedy Central Records. And he just did a half-hour Comedy Central special, and he just did this interview right after the taping of the special. It was him and his mom was there for the taping, and as they're talking, he's like, this is my kind of path, this and that. And they go, what do you think about it, Mom? She's like, well, I wish you'd still do that finance thing, You need a fallback plan. I'm like, he's famous now.
Parents are so crazy like that. It's like, well, you need that steady paycheck every 2 weeks.
They
15
just don't
years, My mother's
understand.
never seen me.
No, my mom's never seen my
15
set
years,
either.
My mother's never come out, seen me, and she's like, I don't want to see my son talk like that. And I'm like, Mom, but you watch Chris Rock. He's not my son.
And if he was, I'd tell him to go back to school.
I talk about it on stage all the time because I do the hosting too. It's not just dancing, whatever. There's a whole lot they can see. And I've done these major venues, sold out, warehouse live multiple times, one of the biggest venues in town. And I'm like, Mom, it would just mean so much to me if you could just come to see what I've worked so hard to do. This is why I haven't seen you.
Oh, no.
And she always says, but I got to feed the cat.
Oh, mija.
Every fucking time.
You're like, Mom, that's what my show is.
My dad's like that too. My dad and my
Take the cats with you
stepmom.
next time.
I'm like, hey, you know what? I have full passes for the Comic-Con. These are they're expensive. It's not cheap.
Yes, very
They
much
can be
so.
anywhere from $65 to $100 for the
Yeah.
weekend. Come see me. Come see me. My stepmom, they totally support me, but she's like, are you still doing that cosplay thing?
Well, see, here's what we need to switch parents.
See, yeah.
My dad used to own a comic book store. He now has a smaller one. My parents go to conventions, whatever.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, if we switch parents, we might make someone proud.
I'm the opposite. My mom wants to come see me so bad, and my main rationale for not doing it is I know how in my head I would be, and it's not about disappointing her. It's about the fact that there's 300 other people in this room that deserve a better hour than I could possibly give you with
Knowing
my
that
mom
she's
in the room.
watching.
My mom's sister, she wants to come, and she's always talked about it. She goes, if I come to one of these shows, I'll bring your mom. I go, here's a caveat to that. I I cannot know you're coming.
Yeah.
You will pay for your tickets. You sit in the back. You come in late.
Yeah.
If I look up and I fucking see you,
it's over.
Show's ruined.
Shit show.
That's definitely how I'm with performing.
Yeah.
It's like the nerd talking to the pretty girl for the first time. That'd be me on stage in front of people who paid to see me, and I'm like, no, you can't just fucking. Oh, and, I mean, that's family, but even friends. And I'm just gonna say this. I know this isn't really a comedy podcast. I don't know if it works for burlesque performers, whatever. But if you're a friend of ours and you went to college with us, don't sit on the front motherfucking row.
I know, right?
Don't ever sit
You got
there
the
and
stories,
fucking
got the
stare
dirt.
at me.
I know, right?
I agree.
That's
God
the.
damn it.
I get
so
much
fucking
easier when
weird.
they're all strangers.
You know, I say I have one brother that he's come multiple times to shows and he sits in the front. He doesn't affect me like other people.
Y'all have like a routine together though. He's almost like your partner in entertainment, so it's a bit different.
The dude brother dynamic. That's a little bit different. My dad has come and been complete within eye shot, and we've gone back and forth. I mean, because if you really look at it, as guys, those are your best friends for life. That's fucking different. My dad come up, my mom come up. That's two completely different worlds.
And certain friends, I totally
my
understand.
sisters, I don't want to fucking see you. Like,
That's why I'm so bad at like local open mics. When I tour and stuff, I will hit mics everywhere I go. In Houston, and I know it's so bad for me, I hardly ever go because I can be in front of 1,000 people and I'm fine. When the room is 20 comics that I know, I don't like it. I feel gross. I know you're all judging me. I know you all saw my naked Facebook photo earlier. It's not, I can't do it.
There's something though about the anonymity of performing for strangers.
I love it.
When I'm in
I can
another
do that
town,
all day.
I'll take 2,500 strangers over 15 people I know or like.
Yeah, absolutely.
I tried to go to an open mic last night. And when I get there, like if there's a comic in that town who's worked with me somewhere before and he's known me, and they go, man, I can get you on right now and this, that, and the other. I'm like, oh, you gonna intro me? Yeah, man, I'll tell everybody you're a headliner. Don't say shit.
Nope, your next comic, Sam Damaris.
Walk up, say my fucking name. I want them to walk up and go, who's this nobody? You've never seen him before. Smash. Well, pay my tab. Walk out the fucking door.
With you mentioning that, I wonder if it happens in other arenas too. There's a way to bring a performer up, and while you can certainly underhype them, you can overhype them as well. And in stand-up, it's always unnerving when the host is a fan or like appreciate you because this next guy, man, I've never seen him not take a standing ovation.
Oh, you guys
are the most amazing
special treat.
He's gonna do this. It's just the most incredible thing you've ever seen. You're like, yeah, I'm reading out of a notebook tonight. Like this is.
I can't run new untested shit
We were just
now.
talking about that.
That's why I don't go to fucking Rudyard's. I don't. This open mic in town, and it's the biggest one we got for the week. Every comic in Houston goes there, and no matter what, if Slade or I pops in there, they're gonna
automatic
throw
spot
us up, and the intro's gonna take 36 seconds, and they're gonna tell them how awesome we are. And in my hand, in my palm, I've got a joke that I wrote on the shitter that morning. And I just have to stick it in my wallet and go, I can't suck in front of you people because they're just going to go, really?
I've learned with new material that it's unless I'm hitting an open mic out of town, which again works, the best way to do it is to just kind of squeeze it in.
Sandwich that bitch in.
30 minutes into a show where I'm rocking, I'll do 5 minutes of something I've never done before and trust the fact that I've tricked you into liking me enough to get by with it in a practice sort of way. Because you're going to walk up and do 5 minutes in front of these people that hold you in such high esteem. And you're like, oh, this is probably going to suck.
I'm just testing this, guys. Oh, wait, I mean...
Yeah, I'm sorry it doesn't come out gold right out of the pen.
But then you go up and you crush, and all the local comics were like, man, that fucker went up there and just did fucking shit just to make us look bad and crush. If you didn't say what you did, I might have sucked tonight.
Right, you did this to yourself.
Sucked tonight. Yeah, you forced
you know what
me
you
no
did.
other option than to make the guy who goes on behind me make his life fucking hell.
See, burlesque is opposite, and it drives me crazy. Is that so you know how there's like funniest all the contests you do, funniest person in Houston, the Seattle one you were talking about. Now imagine if every one of those open mics and bar shows that we had all had a title and some sort of competition. that's how burlesque runs, and it drives me batshit crazy because every single person wants to send you her bio, and it's she's queen of this and she's queen of that, and she's she's 2010's this and that, and it's this whole line of things that she won, which is I know the judges, you know the judges, you're being judged, but
Right.
it's all a bunch of circle jerking bullshit. And so when they want you to intro them with that, and I'm like, the audience doesn't give a fuck. Here's these 30 things you want me to read off a thing, and you go up, and maybe you're okay because you just happen to be friends with the person who was a judge.
I've seen it. You see it in comedy where it's always like a feature act on the road or something, and that's usually the era that the young guys, the hosts, are just clubs and colleges across. That's their intro. It's the feature guys that tend to pad the guys in the middle that they have to pad their credits so they sound like they've done something. Where it's like he was a semi-finalist in the greater Milwaukee area's funniest person.
I hate that. That's something I tell all the girls I work with. If you didn't win Queen, don't tell it because you just said you didn't fucking win.
Right.
That's all that runner-up in this. No one gives a fuck. You lost. Ooh, that's harsh.
But it's true.
I'm angry.
There's a frustration that comes with that, and I know it happens comedically, and it has to happen with everyone, especially when you've actually won some stuff. And I've never won a contest in my life, so I'm not using myself. Okay, Sam. Sam's still like, winner of Houston's funniest person. Bitch, that was 2001.
2002, but I did it again in 2013, and it was a statewide instead of a citywide. Oh yes,
they're in the bios. I don't need them in my intros. Two different things.
And that is.
I don't use it anymore.
Do you know, in my bio, I intentionally do it because bookers are so focused on credits, and they need logos, they want to put on a poster, all this other shit, and we operate in this realm where it's more funny than famous. I think is kind of the era, the part of comedy that I fall into. I've done some cool shit, but I wrote in my bio, I listed random A&E comedy, so all these things, and then I go, you also saw him in ring at Wrestlemania 25. That last part is a joke. It's exactly what my bio reads. I showed up to Paris, Texas last Friday and was introduced you saw him at WrestleMania.
Oh my goodness.
I have showed up. The WrestleMania logo has been on more posters or flyers that I've done.
Oh, no.
And it's such an inside joke to me. And people are like, what did you do? I was like, I was supposed to. Here's what happened. I was WrestleMania 25 taped in Houston. And they were casting. I just got this casting call. They go, hey, we're looking for 25 people that fit this. And the description was very vague. It was like 6 foot, white, whatever. It turns out they were casting. It was in WrestleMania, and I don't watch wrestling, but I've watched the scene now. John Cena was coming out to wrestle, and it was this surprise. You weren't going to know which one he was. There were like 25 dudes lined up with their hats down, wearing shorts, same tank top. I'm clearly not built like John Cena. Like, I didn't get the role. But the casting process, I was part of the conversation, and I sent them my stuff, and they're like, yeah, you're not right for it. So I just jokingly was like, I'm just going to throw this shit on my bio, because you can't prove it wasn't me. And I do it, and now these guys use it as a credit, and I'm like, you don't even.
You don't read it to see the part of.
Which means I could really make up anything I wanted to now.
Make your own history.
Best supporting role on Everybody Loves Raymond. Like
that last part was a joke.
Dude,
From Everybody Loves Raymond, Slade Ham.
Now that you say that, you kind of resemble him in a way, though.
This next guy was Theo on the Cosby Show. I will be Theo on the Cosby Show.
This next guy died first in 14 different horror films.
Actually, that's not a cool credit anymore. Because I just thought about it. I was like, no one's putting the logo Cosby on their shit.
No, sir.
Oh, poor Bill. We have got some actual work being done over here on the.
Yeah, I was watching that. It's really interesting what he's doing.
Oh, he's like layering lace to get texture. That's so.
He's doing some Shepard Fairey stencil on it. Just says "Obey" across her ass.
You guys, we're gonna have to turn some of these cameras around and get some of that situated. Brian's gonna play some.
Oh, this is cool. Look at.
There's 2 cameras on her right now, I think.
Reveals here.
Oh, this is beautiful.
You look like the Union Jack, but it's gold.
It's like he's gold leafing an old table.
Yeah.
Don't call her that.
No,
nice table. Can I fuck it?
This table's kid is allergic to bees. Just kidding. This table didn't really have a kid.
B logo.
B logo. This next table's kid was in the Blind Melon video.
Blind Melon.
We are live. It is Painted Vegas happening at the I can't say it because they're not paying. That's what I heard.
The Magazine Hotel.
Dice is over there
Just
painting.
make up a hotel name.
Painting girls and going absolutely insane. This is just going to get cooler and cooler and cooler. Everyone around the table: Sam Damaris, Kiki Maroon, Victoria Page, Brian BC Carrion. Hit it, Filipino. Tony knows. All the way in the booth, Leonard doing the Leonard thing. And we're surrounded by these beautiful women. More of those to come. More Painted Vegas to come. We're going to take a quick break, let Brian play some music. I'm going to grab some water. We're going to reset. We still have 7 hours to go.
Coffee.
Painted Vegas. Find us, paintedvegas.com.
7 hours remaining.